I want to share with you a few banks that actually will approve a new LLC with no income, and we are speaking about up to $100,000 in terms of fast approval. So here's a review I want you to pay attention to. The first bank I want to really consider if you are a new LLC, you are having here PNC. So PNC is kind of cool in terms of no income. So if you're a new LLC, not a problem. PNC will consider your application, and the maximum they'll give you is $100,000. So you're looking at loan amounts that go from $20,000 all the way to $100,000. And PNC just wants you to be to have a relationship with them for at least 3 months before actually applying for the loan. So that's kind of cool. And in terms of FICO score, they will actually consider your application if you have a 550. So 550, that's the minimum. If you're a new LLC, not a problem. And it's even better if you go to a branch in a state where you actually incorporated your LLC, in a state where you formed your LLC in the first place. So you have a streamlined application, and that's really good. No collateral required. We are speaking about unsecured. So 20,000 to 100,000, 550 minimum FICO, new LLC, welcome, and no collateral actually asked. Okay. And you also have a small business commercial real estate loan for your new LLC. So here you can actually apply for loan amounts that go from $100,000 all the way to 1 million. So that's really cool. And PNC is there also for a vehicle loan. So you actually can get a loan for your LLC up to $250,000. Another bank I want to share with you is US Bank. So US Bank is really good also in terms of banks that approve new LLC with no income. And we love the fact that with US Bank you have flexibility. US Bank will consider your application if you've been with them as a new LLC for at least 4 months. So US Bank wants you to be with them for at least 4 months, and you got to have a business checking account with them. And the more relationships you have with them, the better. So if you have a business checking account, a business savings account, they will really appreciate that. And also, basically, with US Bank, you got to have a FICO score of 575 to actually qualify for their LLC business loan. With US Bank, you have all kinds of loans. You have a US Bank quick loan. So here you have up to $250,000. You also have another loan, that's the business term loan, up to $1 million. But here you have to secure the loan. So if you are interested in securing the loan, not a problem. If you have collateral you like to pledge, not a problem. You have commercial real estate loan, you have a SBA loan, equipment financing, and so you have all kinds of loans with US Bank. Fantastic. Boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. So when we talk about banks that approve new LLC, no income, you want to think about Truist Bank. Truist Bank is another big player that we love a lot. And with US Bank, with the Truist Bank, you have a maximum loan amount for your new LLC, no income required, $100,000. And the repayment window here is 5 years, so 60 months. That's really cool. And what we love about Truist is that Truist wants you to be with them for 2 months. You got to have a relationship with Truist for at least 2 months, either through a business checking account or a business savings account for at least 2 months before you actually apply for this loan. And they want you to have a FICO score minimum of 550. So that's really good. And so besides a business term loan for your new LLC, you also have a small business auto loan. Here you have a loan amount that goes all the way to $250,000. So that's really good in terms of flexibility. You also have small business commercial vehicle and equipment loan. And obviously PNC and I mean Truist doesn't have as many geographies, many locations as PNC or US Bank, but hey, it's still worth it. Okay. Next you have TD Bank. TD Bank is kind of cool also. TD Bank also suffers the same geo restriction that Truist Bank also suffers from. But hey, listen, it's a great bank anyway. And with the TD Bank, you have $250,000. They want you to be with them. If you're a new LLC, they want you to be with them for 3 months before you can qualify for any business loan from them. So TD Bank has flexibility. They have you have flexibility, variety. So you have a business line of credit, a business loan, you have equipment financing, and so on and so forth. Now, TD Bank is actually more prominent in the Northeast and also in the South. So they're not really present in in like in the Northwest, whatever. But so if you're in New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Florida, you will love TD Bank as a new LLC owner. So you have the ability to apply for loan amounts all the way to $250,000, no income required. And if you are going to go a little more, if you want to apply for more than $250,000, you're going to have to collateralize the loan. That's just what it is, okay? So you're going to have to pledge collateral to actually qualify for the loan. But in any way, shape, or form, you want to contact TD for more information, you can call them at 1-855-278-8988, and you can talk to someone before you actually do anything. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about banks that approve new LLC, no income. That's really fantastic. Fifth Third Bank. Fifth Third Bank is another great bank that actually approved new LLC with no income. And with Fifth Third Bank, what we love is that you have all kinds of loans that you can get with them, and you have so the maximum here is $100,000. Fifth Third wants you to be with them for 1 month as a new LLC owner before actually qualifying, 1 month as a business owner, and 1 year as a on the individual side. So you can actually parlay your individual relationship with Fifth Third Bank to actually qualify for a new LLC no income loan. So that's really good. But the minimum FICO score they want from you is a 550. Okay, 550. That's what it is. 1 year, 1 year as an individual account holder, or 1 month as a business account holder. So with Fifth Third, you have the ability to use their term loan, maximum $100,000 to finance new purchases, refinance existing loans or lines of credit, fund capital expenditures, cover fixed operational costs, purchase, expand, renovate, remodel, or construct owner-occupied real estate. So that's really good. And so that's really good. You have the flexibility there. You also have SBA financing with Fifth Third Bank. We love that a lot. Another bank I want to share with you here is Citizen Financial. So when you think about Citizen Financial, I want you to think about rapidness. I want you to think about speediness in terms of business funding. So if you're a new LLC, you will love this bank. They want you to be with them for 3 months before qualifying for a new LLC no income business loan. They will qualify you for a loan or a line of credit up to $250,000, and they will fund you real fast. They'll fund you within 2 to 3 days. That's what we love with this bank, Citizen Financial. Citizen Financial wants you to have a FICO score of 575 to qualify for this loan. Okay, so you have so again, so sort of recap what I said. You have a business term loan, maximum $250,000. You have a business line of credit, and also maximum $250,000, and you can be funded within 2 to 3 days. And now for term loans over to $150,000, you'll be contacted by a Citizens banker. And term loans up to $150,000 qualify for the bank's express lending process. So anytime you want to apply for anything above $150,000, you're gonna have to actually talk to someone before. Next, I want to talk to you about KeyBank. So when you think about KeyBank is a great bank when it comes to banks that approve new LLC, no income, and KeyBank has possibilities here. So KeyBank will approve you with a maximum loan amount of $500,000, and the minimum loan amount here is 10 grand. So you're looking at a delta of 10 grand to $500,000. And the term loan here, you are looking at 12 to 84 months. So that's really cool. And one thing I want to say here is that you are talking about possibilities here. You're talking about possibilities to really rearrange a lot of things. And what we love about KeyBank is that you have flexibility in terms of the loan also. So you have the ability to finance equipment purchases with interest-only draw periods that automatically convert outstanding amounts to term loans. And you have up to 100% financing that may be available for equipment, depending on what you want. But KeyBank wants you to be with them for 3 months before qualifying for this loan, and they want you to have a FICO score of a minimum FICO score of 525. So that's really, they're not really as strict as other banks, so that's really good. 525, but the longer the relationship you have with them, the better. And the longer the relationship you have with them, the more they're flexible in terms of the FICO score. In other words, if you have a broad relationship with them in terms of the products you have, like the checking accounts, the savings accounts, the certificate of deposits, and again, I'm speaking here strictly on the business side of things. I'm not talking about the personal side of things. So if you have a CD for your LLC, even if it's a new LLC, as long as the accounts are funded, you are actually expanding the relationship that you should be having with KeyBank in the first place. So that's really cool. You also have, for instance, we are speaking about you using KeyBank for all kinds of services for payment processing. For instance, that's another thing that KeyBank really loves. So really, so if you use them for your insurance, for instance, for payment processing, that's really cool. So KeyBank loves that. So basically, great player you want to consider for your new LLC, and you can actually qualify for loan amounts that go all the way to depending upon what you want, but the maximum loan amount here is $500,000. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about banks that approve new LLC, no income, real fast. Next, you have BMO Harris. Now, BMO Harris is not doesn't have the same geographical sort of footprint as other big banks in this list, but BMO is a great bank. I mean, for your new LLC, no income, they will qualify you, not a problem. They want you to be a customer for 2 months, and they will consider you if you have a FICO score of 550. So FICO score of 550, want you to be that with them for at least 2 months before you can qualify for anything. And BMO has this thing where they want you to contact a banker, and BMO does not allow you to do everything online. So because BMO doesn't have a lot of branches, they want you to contact someone to have a conversation first before anything. So for you can actually qualify for loan amounts all the way to $1 million for your new LLC. Even though as a new LLC you are going to maybe get a loan around 100,000 or $250,000 maximum, unless you have a good business model, you have revenue that's been generated already, you have cash inflows. And so when they look at your cash inflows versus your cash outflows, they see a good delta. So that's really cool. Anything that happens, you want to contact BMO right now at 1-888-340-2265. Again, let me just repeat the number: 1-888-340-2265. So you have a clear idea what's really happening. So that's really good with BMO. And one thing I want to say about BMO here is that even though BMO is not as geographically footprinted as all the other players, they are really generous. Because think about it, for your new LLC, they stand ready to actually qualify and approve you all the way to $1 million. So that's really a good possibility there in terms of you having the financial stability you need to actually run your business. So that's really good. Now, there are cases where they might ask you to collateralize the loan, especially if you're asking for large amounts like a 1 million or $750,000 or $800,000. It is possible that BMO will ask you to actually collateralize the loan so they can cover their assets too, because otherwise they'll be taking a lot of the risk, and you are not taking your fair share of this risk. So yeah, just be ready for collateralizing large loan amount requests. Next, you have Regions Bank. So when we talk about Regions Bank, we love the fact that Regions is constantly sort of updating its new service, its funding process for new LLC. So Regions actually is not asking you for income. If you're a new LLC, not a problem. So they want you to be with them for 6 months. Regions want you to be with them for 6 months before you can apply for a new LLC loan with no income. And FICO score, they want you to have 575. So you got to have 575 to qualify for a loan with Regions. And Regions they have small business loans and lines of credit, so that's really cool. But Regions want you to contact the banker first before you actually, or even go to a branch. If you're lucky to live in the vicinity of a Regions branch, go to a branch, talk to someone, and have a conversation before actually kicking off the whole process. Okay. The number here is a 1-800-REGIONS, so 1-800-734-4667. Again, the number is 1-800-734-4667. So that's really good. And so yeah, the next bank I want to share with you here is Santander Bank, one of our favorite banks, and this is a bank that's constantly kicking ass. We love it. We love them a lot. and they're really friendly to new LLC. Also, that's one thing to really keep in mind. So when you think about Santander, I want you to think about minimum FICO score of 550. So they want you to have a 550 minimum, and they want you to be with them for 3 months before qualifying for a business loan. And so they will give you all the way to $1 million if you are willing to secure the loan. So if you're willing to collateralize the loan, they will give you up to $1 million. If not, they will give you all the way to $100,000. The good thing about Santander is that you have the ability to have you can extend the repayment window as far as far as you want. So if you want to have like a repayment window all the way to 10 years, not a problem. They'll work with you. That's totally fine. Now, Santander does have annual fees on some products, so be very careful. You want to ask all questions around annual fees before you actually contract a loan agreement with Santander's. But great company, wonderful for a new LLC, not a problem. Next, I want to share with you First Citizens Bank. And what we love about First Citizens Bank is that you have flexibility there. So if you are a new LLC, if you are looking for funding, you will love First Citizens Bank. Now, First Citizens Bank is not available across the United States, so that's a bummer. But I mean, they're growing anyway. That's one thing we love a lot. And so the requirements are very simple. They want you to be with them for 3 months. They want you to be so at the business level, at the LLC level, they want you to be with them for 3 months. So either through a business checking account or business savings account or have you got to have some kind of relationship with them at the business level for 3 months. At the personal level, they want you to be with them for 9 months. So if you want to parlay your personal relationships with them to sort of get a business loan with First Citizens Bank, they want you to be with them for 9 months. And your FICO score must be 560. So minimum FICO score here, we are speaking about 560. So that's a good thing. But what we love about First Citizens Bank is that they can approve you all the way to $1 million, even though normally the average is around $200,000. But hey, it is really good. They welcome new LLCs, not a problem. So I'm talking to you about the possibility to use actually a First Citizens Bank loan to purchase, refinance, build, or expand an existing facility. You can use the cash for debt restructuring, for working capital, for leasehold improvements, for vehicle financing, for equipment financing. So in terms of flexibility, you have the possibilities there, okay? And what I want to say here is that with the First Citizens Bank, it's just a lot better to actually find a branch first and talk to a banker before actually starting anything. Of course, they give you the possibility to kick off the process on their website or through their app, but it's just a lot better to speak to someone first so you can iron out all the details of your new LLC loan application before you do anything, and that will save you a lot of time, a lot of effort down the line anyway. But the maximum loan amount here, $200,000, all the way to $1 million, depending upon the niche you're in, depending upon the strength of your business model, because they tend to actually look at the strength of your business model to sort of set the amount of cash they can extend to your business. But hey, listen, fantastic. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I share with you banks that are really friendly to new LLC with no income requirements. So we have number one, PNC; number two, US Bank; number three, you have a Truist Bank; number four, you have TD Bank; number five, Fifth Third Bank; number six, Citizens Financial; number seven, KeyBank; number eight, BMO Harris; number nine, Regions Bank; number 10, Santander; number 11, First Citizens Bank. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.